Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today. Hey Mañana, what's up? We're going to Mr. Evrart, so we can talk about the strike and all that.
I guess getting past the man ain't that simple after all.
He pauses to think.
So, what now?
Good talking to you, gotta run. He doesn't actually say anything. I don't think he does. I don't think he says anything else. I mean, he's gonna talk every once in a while, but basically, he's gonna talk that one time, and that is gonna be it. Can I do this?
The file cabinet stands steady as ever, as the drawer slides shut smoothly.
No, I can't. It requires volition. We're not very good at volition. That is something I wanted to see, is the drugs over here. And look at that. I can use my volition, or I can use my drugs to get volition. It's only it's actually 4 uses. That's incredible. I'm good with that. But the thing is, I will leave that for later in the day, when I am a little bit more at ease with whether I or not I will have enough health for all this. And also when I have all the checks put together and stuff like that. So, down we go. I'm not actually sure we can go over there. I believe we can. Well, we can, but there's no reason to. Just going down these stairs. Not messing with that. And besides, I don't need to mess with that. I need to mess with this, because that's messed up enough. This is also pretty messed up, but we don't know that yet. There's an operator place up there. Oh, don't run. The game, so I think what the game does is it has a pretty lenient time for recognizing a double click, like a click recognizes as a double click. And if you click over here and then click over there in close enough fashion, then it registers as a double click in the second place. What is this? The coffee in the giant thermoses is still lukewarm. Weren't you like that before? And here we have Evrart, I believe.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you.
He's got a lazy eye. You see that?
With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you, with a mixture of expectation and impatience, well bottled.
Are you in charge of the dock workers?
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny chair opposite his giant desk. Also, he called me Mr. Dubois and Mr. Kitsuragi. So now we know our entire name. Well, we as players know. Maybe our character doesn't.
I'm Evrart Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez.
The man relaxes into his chair and continues.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
The lieutenant nods at you, and then the chair.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
I'd rather stand.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
I don't sit. It's kind of my thing.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
As he nods, his multiple chins move like ocean waves.
I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
He turns back to his typewriter.
You're no Titan of Volition, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Okay, Volition, you are terrible at this. I'm gonna take a seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man And reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
He gives you a sly wink. Damn, this chair is uncomfortable.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
He points at it again.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
I do need it, yeah. Wait, you know Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
I'm gonna take the comically large check, but don't say anything.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
Oh, no, it's cool.
Cool? I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. But, sure, if that's what's cool nowadays. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun.
Crap.
The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, be very worried.
Thank you, Drama. I'm glad that I invested in Drama. We're getting some good stuff from them. How do you know about my lost gun?
I know everything, Harry. Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
I'm gonna roll this 15 for my composure. I took the novelty check. I have a -1. I didn't say thanks, so I have a +1. The chair is killing me. I have a -2, and side effect spooks -1. I can bring that up a little, can't I? Well, I could. Where's my composure? It's right here. I'm gonna do it, actually. I'm splurging. It's not gonna do anything, but maybe it will. When we did the drama before, it actually mattered. So I've been rolling well in this Let's Play.
Who does this guy think you are? Ronnie the Rookie? You ain't worried about no lost gun, or unpaid bill, or forgotten name. You're the bad cop. You're probably more corrupt than him.
Lovely. I did roll a 12. Precisely what I had to roll. And I am very, very happy about that. I can sink deep into the folding chair, smiling across my hands behind my back. Let's first ask this. Wait, that's it? That's my point of pride here?
Fuck yes. You're part of the old guard, the ancient guard, the most corrupt, unholy cops in the land. Chill out like the black dragon you are. Summon a smile on your face. A big shit-eating grin like his.
I'm gonna sink deep into the folding chair. Smile and cross your hands behind your back.
The fat man does the same, sinking deeper into his chair than one would think is physically possible. He seems to be enjoying your little display. Good. Now lean in with some corruption.
Listen, Evrart, pal, we both know what makes the wheels of the world turn.
That we do, Harry. Let them say what they will about you and me. We're both born fighters.
Nice bit with a chair, by the way. A good way to keep your guests on edge.
Why, thank you. It's always nice when a fellow professional appreciates your work.
That's it. Now kick back and add a final flourish for dignity.
I'm not saying I'm corrupt. I'm rational.
You strike me as a reasonable man, Harry. I like that in a law man.
He smiles.
Let's cut to the chase, shall we? What can Evrart Clare do for you?
I think we'd like to ask you a few questions. Don't you think so, Detective?
The lieutenant looks quite fed up with the situation. I do. It's 10 questions. Actually, 9. But still, I'm told the Union is involved in the local drug trade.
What?
He smacks his forehead, completely flabbergasted.
Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any Johnny Fat Guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this?
The reaction appears to be sincere, but it's impossible to tell with this guy, honestly.
I am.
You've hurt me, Harry. Me, a friend.
The man rubs his temples and closes his eyes in pain.
But you know what?
He perks up.
And gets over it in 2 seconds. Seems like it didn't really hurt him.
I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again, because you don't want to wound me. So do what you want, and let's change the subject.
Thank you for your understanding.
The lieutenant looks him in the eye.
We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant.
He chuckles suddenly.
You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
None taken.
The lieutenant quickly replies and then turns to you.
Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
Aren't you going to ask me how I got in?
Harry,
He says, almost gently.
honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age?
A man my age? What are you implying? I'm at the peak of my abilities. He inspects you over the rims of his glasses.
You did look like you were gonna collapse and die when I told you about your lost gun. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
Could you help me get a dead body down from a tree?
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my.
He smiles pleasantly.
Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt, a steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
Also, I studied the footprints at the crime scene, worker boots.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values.
He licks his fat lips and smiles.
But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you.
He picks up the handset of a radio phone to his right and then clicks a button.
Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need help with. Namely, they need it to be taken down. And Jean, please take it easy with the race science. That's a yes to getting the body down, no to the race science.
He hangs up and turns back to you.
You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates.
He turns back to you.
He's the big impressive one. You know, tattoos, muscles, ethnic looking. Can't miss him. Great guy.
Let's talk about my lost gun.
Yes, your lost gun.
His face turns serious.
My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
He winks at you.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Well, hold on. Could he really hold my gun hostage?
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
Does this mean if I do things for you, I will get my gun back?
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means.
He turns to the lieutenant.
I'm only kidding, of course.
He is not.
Of course.
The lieutenant replies dryly.
I understand. We help you, you help us.
I want to talk about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez.
He nods.
I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help you like I'm helping you with the body and your lost gun. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
Indeed, I even got a secret task over there. It's not the first secret task that we find, but... Oh, hidden? Yeah, but it's done. That's how it is. The task was to interview the union boss. Enter the arbor and seek an audience with the local Debardor's union leader, Evrart. You need to ask him about the murder in his district. Yep. So let's see. I understand you need to interview me. Yeah, since there's a but, though.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good.
The lieutenant says with a slow nod.
Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me.
Suddenly, he slaps himself on the forehead.
You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
And here we see basically why he wanted the gun, so that he could get us to open doors. It's basically a key in a very roundabout way. Kim, is that true? Are we door-opening machines?
I'm not sure I understand.
He looks to the union boss.
If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Why don't you just open it yourself?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do.
He slams his fists together.
You look like you could run around all day.
I actually don't. I walk around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help.
He turns back to you.
So what will it be, Harry?
Whose door is it?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
What do you mean by a weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly.
He removes his glasses and rubs his nose.
Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
He puts his glasses back on. Huh. This is interesting. It's somebody who has dirt on him, in a way. But it might be nobody as well. It might be just, a minor character. I don't think I remember who it is. I might remember who it is. Damn it. Fine. I'll look into it. We need to talk about that murder.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level.
He flicks his fingers.
You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker, too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is.
He smiles, obviously satisfied with how well he planned it all out.
One last thing, Harry.
He did plan it all out very well. Interesting the way he pronounces mañana. That does seem like it is a... that does seem like a good way to pronounce that NH for Portuguese or N with a tilde for Spanish. Nie. Ni. It's basically ni. Like mañana. It sounds exactly like, well, not exactly like it's supposed to sound, but very, very close. The problem is you really need to make that E sound super fast because ny is a single syllable. And the sound is not ni. So it's ny, ñana, mañana. It is difficult. But it's not as difficult as the LH in Portuguese or double L in Spanish, although different accents in Spanish will pronounce the double L differently, including much closer to the French double L, which is just, I think it's a silent vowel, or I guess two vowels. Not vowels, consonants. Still, either way. It's just a detail because it's a tricky sound to make.
Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
I met Joyce, by the way, the company representative.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see.
He adjusts a button on his sleeve.
I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
Just pals.
We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez here.
His smile widens.
Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I'm helping you get that nasty body down from the tree. And with finding your lost gun. I'm not a jealous guy.
And this is actually very, very important for a couple of things. First off, it might be important for the weasel. We don't know who it is, but it could be that the weasel doesn't have dirt on him, but has dirt on his friends. I'm just theorizing here. I don't actually know. It could be that, and that would be very interesting. The other, perhaps even more interesting attitude of this is that it sets him up when he says it, like he's being portrayed, obviously, as being buddies with the corporation, or that, I think probably the biggest client for his union, maybe. It portrays him as basically, well, obviously it portrays him as corrupt, but also as politically aligned with the corporation, because when the interests of capital and the interests of workers work together, when those two interests work together, then it's just the interest of capital, really, because that's one of the main reasons why capitalism is so good at proliferating and it creating so much wealth, is precisely because it co-opts the interests of of the working class, really, at the end of the day. And so I'm pretty sure this is a deliberate allusion to that. I mean, by the writers. I mean, not by Evrart, naturally. He's just a character. It's fictional. But I think it's the writers here being very obviously depicting him as aligned with the corporation.
Whoa, that's so nice of him. Suspiciously nice.
Joyce said the previous union leader vanished under suspicious circumstances.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait.
The man frowns disapprovingly.
When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Funny. Joyce didn't mention any casserole.
Harry, Harry, Harry.
He flicks his fingers.
Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was.
Are you sure that you're okay with me working with Joyce? I find it a little odd.
I'm just a nice guy, Harry. I wouldn't be where I am now if I wasn't nice.
He slams his fist into his hand.
Politics is all about emotions, and I want you to have positive emotions when you think of me.
Okay then, positive emotions it is. You like positive emotions.
I do. Making politics about emotions is the most moralist thing that you could do. What happened to the previous negotiator, Mr. Gaumont?
What do you mean, Harry?
The big man sounds annoyed.
Nothing. I let him go.
He made concessions for the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like that go?
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family.
He looks down and sighs.
God knows how long he's got left.
You called him a midget.
Harry!
He exclaims, indignant.
I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry.
Abruptly, he smiles and changes his tone.
I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
It's hard to say if he really lost his temper, or if this is another one of his tricks. This man almost never angers visibly.
Honestly, I would say this is... I think it would be him getting angry, but it is very unrealistic. At least it's not very realistically portrayed by the actor. I would say it is him getting angry and letting it slip. But it's kind of interesting that it's his portraying a facade of progressivism in regards to little people, and not calling them the slur, basically. But then immediately calling me a slur, or the slur specifically. That's why I'm saying like it would be a little bit more subtle if he called me another slur, and then I think it would be a little bit more reasonable for us to think he might have been angry, because since he uses the same exact word for me, it might be an act. But of course, we're not only reading a character, we're also reading the writers of the game, so it's complicated. In fact, Joyce seems to think the Union is lowballing her.
Yes. Low-balling, of course.
He's suddenly very serious.
This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for those rich types.
His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible behavior.
Why haven't you let her in to see you?
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
It's a fortress. He knows she can't get in here.
Okay, let's talk about something else.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this...
He makes an all-encompassing gesture.
...is secret.
And that probably explains why he didn't want to talk about the drug trade. He said specifically, don't talk to me about it again.
Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock.
He looks around.
Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Evrart doesn't mind.
This is weird. Not nice weird, but okay.
Yeah, Evrart doesn't mind. That sounds very much like Kuno. What's in the container that's outside your office?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
Well, there's something special about it. It was attached to the Kvalsund crane.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch.
He says with the fondest of smiles.
Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
I should, actually. In fact, I'm going to leave now, but we might talk again later.
Wait.
He leans, reaches into his drawer, and pulls out a plastic card.
You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Oh, thanks. I was wondering how I'm supposed to get out.
Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
And he gives me... Giant novelty check, yes. But I think more importantly, he gave me the key to get out. That I already had, but that's only natural. Anyway, we're out of time for the day, so for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.